Hello everyone, my name is Devin Atkin. I'm one of the TAs for this course, or if you're watching this in a future year, I'm one of the former TAs for this course. We're going to be going through install instructions for Quartus and ModelSim. Go to your web browser and search for Quartus install. Go to the FPGA Software Download Center by Intel. This will give you a list of softwares. You're looking for the Lite edition, which is the free edition of Quartus. You can see here, this is the one for Windows. And if we scroll down here, this is the download button for installing Quartus. If we look under individual files, you'll see that this has Questa and not ModelSim, which isn't what we want. However, you can install this later version and then use the earlier version's ModelSim if you want to do it that way. Otherwise, you can go to the multiple downloads for the earlier year and get both Quartus and ModelSim in the same download. We're going to do it separately, just so I can show you how to install ModelSim on its own. Click on Download. And then you're going to accept the license agreement below. After that, your install will start, and depending on your internet, this could take quite some time. I've sped this up a lot. Once the download is complete, you're going to need some form of tool to extract the .tar file. Here, I'm going to use WinRAR Archive. And I'm just extracting it somewhere where I can easily get to the files. Once it's extracted, you want to go to the folder and run the setup batch file. This will launch the command line, and then you should see the Intel Quartus install window pop up. You're going to need to read and accept the agreement, and you can either stick with the default install location, or on my machine I'm a little short on space in my C drive, so I go and I create the same directory structure in a different drive. Because I'm going to be installing multiple versions of this same tool, I make sure to keep the version number in the directory structure. This is just to keep things clear if I end up with version 24, 25, 26. This can be good practice with some of these tools. Because I might be doing work with other systems, I'm going to install all of the different tools. You only need to install for the FPGA you're actually using. I'm also installing Questa, which is not really needed for any of you. Now comes the unpacking and installing. This is sped up 1,000 times, so expect it to take quite some time on your machine. You're probably going to want to go and get some coffee. Once the main portion of the install is complete, you're going to come to this window. What you want to make really sure of is that you are installing the USB Blaster software. This will allow you to actually communicate with the FPGA board. Once that's complete, it'll run you through the USB Blaster install, which shouldn't take anywhere near as long as the main Quartus install. Once that's complete, you'll come to this window, select Run Quartus. You don't want to buy a license. And Quartus should launch. If not, you might need to go and launch it yourself. There we go. Assuming you didn't install ModelSim with your Quartus install, you're going to want to go back to the same website and select one of the individual files that includes ModelSim, and just go into individual files and select the ModelSim version. This goes up to version 19.1, I believe. You're going to want to, once again, accept the license agreement and wait for the download to complete. Once that's done, you should see it start the ModelSim install. Follow through, and you're going to want to make sure that the ModelSim version you select does not require a license file, because you don't have that. Go through and read the agreement. You're going to need to agree, and then proceed with the install. You may have it in the default directory, or like me, you might need to change to the new directory, and make sure that you keep the correct version number in your install directory here. It should work without, but it's best practice because some things might break. Then follow through with the install. This, once again, I've sped up quite a bit. Not quite as long as Quartus, but still quite fast here. So go get some more coffee. Once that's complete, you're going to continue through the install directions. Hit complete, and then you can go and launch ModelSim. I had to launch it manually on my end. It might start automatically on yours. You now have the needed tools to simulate your HDL files. We'll continue in a follow-up video with a brief demonstration of both softwares.